Beatrice is called to the water supply building because there are issues with the filtration, which is about to reach total shutoff. As the employees search for the problem, a woman finds a radio and shows it to Beatrice, who is surprised because radios are illegal on the island. Moments later, Chief Engineer Ulik announces he solved the problem and Beatrice congratulates him for his hard work, but when he asks to bring his wife to the island because she isn't infected, Beatrice refuses. Back to the expedition group, they sail through a river to take a look at the city and find it in an awful state. The soldiers leave to search for samples, but Linus is told to stay in the boat. At a bridge, Mia and the soldiers meet with the Earl, whom they've been doing business for a while. They're suddenly interrupted by a desperate man asking to be taken to the island, but Earl's people shoot him down. Mia gives Earl fresh food and in return, Earl gives them medicine and 2 huge boxes. Meanwhile, Linus gets tired of waiting and searches the area, only to find a bunch of survivors who tell him the virus is gone. Linus doesn't believe them and keeps his gun up, so the survivors make fun of him and leave. Suddenly Linus is approached by Mojik, who gives Linus a bottle of medicine and says there's a lot more on an abandoned ship lab he found. Linus agrees to follow him and they enter the ship, where Linus shows him a box full of medicine. He says there's more of it and proper equipment in the actual lab and asks for asylum for him and his friends in return. Linus tries to explain he can't give them that, only to suddenly find himself surrounded by survivors. Scared, he runs away. In the meantime, Mia's group is going back to the boat, and suddenly a survivor jumps on Heinz to remove his mask. The soldiers immediately shoot the guy and get on the boat, where they discover Linus is gone. However, they claim they can't waste time and leave without him. At that moment, Linus comes out of the ship and sees the group leaving, so he starts running after them. A local tries to stop him, but Linus quickly knocks him down and keeps running. Then he climbs on a higher surface and jumps toward the river, landing on the boat just in time. To his surprise, Mojik lands right behind him, and Mia immediately shoots him. Then the soldiers notice Linus has a tear in his suit, so they shoot him with a tranquilizer to put him to sleep. Moments later at the island, Linus wakes up and hides the medicine bottle in his fist while he's taken